Jacob Collier is a musical genius. With the advent of digital recording and Logic and GarageBand and other recording software, it's fairly easy for many people to fancy themselves as recording artists. But Jacob Collier does so much more than that. He has an amazingly excellent handle on music theory. In fact, he takes most things that people consider standard in music theory and completely throws it on its ear. On top of that, he has the technical ability as a vocalist to sing in intentional ways, being just slightly off pitch on purpose to draw in the tension even more in music. In Jacob Collier's latest release, Bridge Over Troubled Water, he's not actually singing as a solo vocalist on this, but it is his arrangement. It is his work that is absolutely an unbelievable masterpiece. If you have the opportunity, I've linked in the description of this video the YouTube video of Jacob's Logic session, where for 2 hours he breaks down how he put together this song. Now, if you know music theory, you might understand some of what he's talking about. If you don't understand music theory, you will be absolutely confused, but watch it anyway. It is amazing to watch him talk through what he has created. The thing about this song, as Jacob explained in the video, is that this was the last track that he put together for his new album, Jesse Volume 4, which releases today. And the thing about it is, this actually has been a work in progress. You see, Jacob found a video that Yeba recorded in about 2015, and in 2021, he harmonized himself to that vocal that she made. And it took people by storm, because that's what Jacob does. He adds layers on top of layers on top of layers to make absolutely unbelievable music. And the funny thing about this is, and he mentioned it in the session, that Yeba's video actually cuts off before the end of the verse. And so he shows how he walks through and basically creates the end of the verse for her, which is absolutely amazing. But he talked about how he had 316 vocal tracks that he worked with throughout the piece. That's mind-blowing. And the majority of them, of course, were his. Because you had Yeba, you had John Legend, Tori Kelly. Those were the other 3 vocalists on this track. And all the rest were Jacob. And oh my goodness, to walk through and hear this magic being made. The best part of this, and this is what really took me by surprise, the first time I heard Tori Kelly's vocal part at the end, my jaw hit the floor. And I was in awe to begin. And Tori's vocals were unbelievable. Jacob's backup was insane. And this is the part that just totally mesmerized me in watching the Logic session. That Jacob actually created essentially a comp track of him singing as Tori Kelly, which was insane. He did a little pitch correction to get, all the way up there, but just he modeled what he wanted her to sing as the runs that fit over the harmonies that he created underneath it all. The thing about it was that Tori then added in her own interpretation, her own personality, her own voice to make this absolutely amazing, beautiful, powerful finish. But the thing about it is, too, in John Legend's vocals, he was talking about how John gave him a lot of different tracks to work with. He said the first few tracks that he got were, basically John taking you to church, which there's parts of it where I kind of feel that. But then Jacob said, I want you to sing it like you're singing to a baby. And what Jacob did is mash them all together to create this vocal track. It's all John. It's all John Legend's vocals. But it's Jacob's behind the scenes creativity, creating this, making this all interweave as this beautiful landscape that tells a story. And that's the thing of music. And Jacob talked about it a little bit in the video. And I think it's so powerful in music. Whatever piece of music we're working on, whatever music we're creating, whether it's in a pop style, a classical style, whatever the case is, vocal, instrumental, it doesn't matter. Because we, as the musicians, are taking the listener on a journey. And it's this journey and this story that we tell that makes the ride so powerful. And that's exactly what happens in this song. And that's why I think for me, that is my biggest takeaway from this song. I absolutely love it. And I've listened to it, oh my gosh, so many times. But every time I'm listening to it, I'm finding even more to take away. As I watched this Logic session, I took so much more away. You could do a music theory breakdown and education on so many different parts of this piece of music. If you tried to analyze this musically with music theory, your head would explode. Because there are parts where you're not even in a key. And Jacob even points that out. You're not in a key in this part. You're just moving around. And how do you analyze that? What do you call that chord? What do you call that chord where you've got basically 20 notes? But that's the beauty of it. I believe that Jacob Collier is the musical genius of the 21st century. It's clear in the output of what he's already created. And I don't think that there is anything that he can't do because of his abilities and because of his creativity. So, what do you think? I'd love to hear your feedback, not only on the song, but just on what Jacob does musically. I know he's quite polarizing for some people just because it is very high level and can be a little off-putting. But for me, I absolutely love it. Let me know your thoughts.